Welcome to Staying Active with Coach Taylor. Today we're going to be active by playing a game of bowling. So if you've noticed here, I've cleared out my little hallway here at my house, and I have 10 cups down at the far end. I have my bowling line here that I cannot cross when I bowl. I have an instructional sheet and a scorecard and a ball. So what you need to find is some space, loose fitting clothing once again, a water bottle if you need it, 10 cups, and then we'll go ahead and explain how we're going to set this up and play the game. So find 10 cups, find the ball. You might want a piece of paper and pencil if you want to keep score, and I'll explain how to do scoring for bowling if you're not familiar with it. It may be a little bit confusing, but either way we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to do our best, and most of all, we're going to stay active. Here's a sample of a bowling score sheet. You would put the players' names to the left, and you can see there are 5 spots for 5 different players. So if you happen to be playing by yourself, that's okay. Or you can play with a family member or friend. Try to keep social distancing if you can, if you're having a friend around. But once again, have some fun with this. Each game consists of 10 frames, and you get 2 rolls to try and knock down 10 pins each frame. If you go over here, I have a listing of the rules. So once again, there are 10 frames in a game. In each frame, a player gets 2 throws to try and knock down all 10 pins. In bowling, you keep score by adding the number of pins knocked down in each frame. Special bonuses are awarded for strikes and spares. When a strike is bowled, the bowler is awarded the score of 10 for knocking down all 10 pins. Plus, he gets to add the total of the next 2 rolls that he does or she does in the next frames or in that frame. For a spare, the bowler gets the 10 plus the total number of pins knocked down on the next roll only, so 10 plus 1. For example, a strike occurs when you knock down all 10 pins in one roll, and it is shown on the scorecard by an X. So 10, and then you get to combine that 10 or add to that 10 the next 2 rolls. For a spare, you knock down all 10 pins in 2 throws. So once again, each frame you get 2 throws. So if it takes you 2 throws to knock down all 10 pins, you get 10 plus the next roll that you do in the next frame. So you could get 10 plus 10. Or as on a strike, you could get 10, and if you rolled another strike, you would get another 10 plus still 1 more roll because it's the next 2 rolls. So you have a potential of getting 30 points in each frame, and since there's 10, that means a perfect score would be 300. If you want to keep score, you can go ahead and keep score on a sample score sheet. I printed out one here, or you can just use a piece of paper. Or if you just want to have some fun and do the activity, you can do that as well. If you see over here, I have set up my bowling area and I have marked the floor to make it easier when I am setting up the cups. Also, if you notice, when I am doing and setting up the cups, I have them in the upright position. If you put them face down so they stand a little more securely, they may just slide and not fall over. So once again, for this bowling activity, you want to stand them up. If you can see, I have placed a pyramid or designed a pyramid here with some stickers from some Post-its, so I know where to place the cups quickly, and their spacing is already determined, so I don't have to worry about that as I'm going through the game. And then I have my bowling line about 15 feet back, and I have a little doormat here that I have to bowl from behind, so I can't cross over the front of my doormat when I am bowling, or that is called a foul. You don't have to really worry about that. We're just going to have some fun with it. You can put a line, you could put a tennis shoe down if you wanted, but we're going to try and do a bowling game. So when we do our bowling game, first of all, I would place all 10 cups on the actual locations where I'd marked on the floor with the pyramid. I will get 2 throws each frame. I have my score sheet set up on the table so I can mark my score down as I go. And anytime I do not knock down a cup, I have to come down and do that many jumping jacks before I can throw again. So for example, if I roll the ball and knock down 8 cups, then I would have to come back and do 2 jumping jacks because 2 cups would still be standing. I would move the 8 cups out of the way, and then I would get my second roll to try and knock down the next 2 cups and possibly get a spare, because once again, if it takes 2 throws to knock down all 10, it is a spare. If it only takes 1 throw to knock down all 10, it is a strike, and then you can combine your score as you go to complete your 10 frames and see how you do. So anytime you don't knock down cups, you have to come back behind your bowling line that I have here with the placemat and do that many jumping jacks of whatever cups are still left. So we're going to have some fun with it. You need to create a setup area like I have here, and we'll give it a try. So come on back and I'll have everything set up and ready to go. Okay, so my cups are set up. I have my bowl. I have my bowling line. We're going to give it a try. So line up. You want to just take a step with your left and roll with your right, or if you're left-handed, you would take a step with your right and roll with your left. So I get 2 tries. You want to try and go in a straight line. Oh! So I was able to knock down 7 of them. So I would come over to my scorecard, write down 7. There are still 3 up, so I have to do 3 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3. Now I get my second turn. I'm going to try and go for the 2. Oh, I was only able to get 1. So I have a total of 8 for frame number 1. I have to set back up my cups for frame number 2. I have to do 2 jumping jacks for the 2 that were left. 1, 2. Now I can start frame number 2. That time I was able to knock down 8, but I still have 2 left. So I mark 8 on my scorecard. I have to do 2 jumping jacks. 1, 2. Let's see if I can get a spare. Oh, and I got a spare. So I was able to knock down the last 2, so I get 10 plus my next ball. So I put these back up. Since I was able to knock those down, I don't have any more jumping jacks. So we are in frame number 3. Oh, and I got a strike. So I get 10 plus that, so yes. So set back up my card, and then we'll take a look at the scorecard so you can understand the scoring. Once again, I knocked down all 10, so I don't have any jumping jacks. So if we look at our score sheet for the first 3 frames, you can see that I have written Coach Taylor. On the first ball, I knocked down 7 pins, and then I ran back and did 3 jumping jacks. On the second ball, I was only able to get 1 of the remaining 3 pins, so I had a total of 8. On the second frame, on the first ball, I knocked down 8. So I went back and did 2 jumping jacks. And then I was able to knock down both of the remaining. So I didn't have to do a jumping jack, and I was able to knock down all 10. So I get to have 10 plus the next ball, because once again, if you get a spare, which is marked on the scorecard by a slant, you get 10 plus the next ball you throw. On the next ball I threw in the third frame a strike. So 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 8, which I had in the first frame, equals 28. So now that I'm in the third frame, I got a strike. So once again, looking at our rules over here, A strike means you get 10 pins in one roll, which equals 10 plus the next 2 balls. So I'm going to be adding 10 to this 28 plus the next 2 balls that I roll to get my total here. So it may seem a little bit confusing, but this way you're learning how to do a bowling score sheet should you ever get a chance or opportunity to actually go bowling at bowling lanes with a real bowling ball. But we're just having some fun with it. We're going to go ahead and continue and finish off the game. We're not going to really worry about discussing the score as much from this point on, but I did want to make sure that you do have an understanding of how to keep a bowling score should you want to do that, and just have some fun with it. So I'm going to reposition the camera behind me so we can keep track of it. We'll be doing our jumping jacks for any pin that we do not knock down, and we'll see how Coach Taylor does by the end of the game. All right, let me get set back up, and then we'll continue with our active bowling activity. All right, we're going to go ahead and finish off this game. I'm going to bowl the last 7 frames. You can see I have my mat, I have my cups all set up at the far end, and on the table up here I have my score sheet. I have my ball, I'm ready, so I will do my roll, I will keep my score, I will come back and do any jumping jacks that I have to do, and then I will continue on until I am done with the rest of this game. So hopefully you guys are having some fun with this. You can speed it up a little bit, don't worry about the score or anything, but once again, just focus on if you're throwing with your right hand, you step with your left foot first, and then come back and roll with your right hand. If you're doing a left, just a reminder, step with your right foot, and then swing your hand straight forward and roll the ball with your left hand. So let's continue playing our game. All right, I'm lined up. I was able to get 6 down, so I have 4 left, so I'm going to write 6 right here. Grab my ball. There's 4 here, so I have to do 4 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hard to see me with this camera angle, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go for a spare. And Coach Taylor got a spare. So I was able to get a spare, so I'm going to mark a spare there. I don't have to do any jumping jacks because I knocked down the remaining cups. Oops, I put them upside down. Old habits. Now the ball. Once again, no jumping jacks because I knocked down all the balls. All right, I got another turn here. Wish me luck. Oh, same thing. Move these out of the way because they're knocked down. I was able to get down 6. So I'm going to write 6 down again. I have to do 4 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Go back in. Try and get a spare. Yes! With a spare. Set my cups up. Running back. Continue on. I think this is frame number 7. Oh, not very good there that time. Only 3. Oh, I gotta do 7 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7's tiring. All right, fix my neck. That made it look crooked. All right, let's see if I can get them. Oh. So I only got 3 more, so a total of 6. Not very good. Well, so now I'm in my next frame. So you only get 2 tries to knock down the 10 each frame. But I still had 4 left, so 4 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those were Coach Taylor's spinning jumping jacks. All right, next frame. 7. Hold on my 7. Pull those out. I have 3 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3. My second throw in this frame. Oh, a gutter ball. That's called a gutter ball. So 0 there. And I have to do 3 jumping jacks after I set these up. Woo. Alright. And oh, I still have 3 more jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3. I think we're into the 9th frame, so I have 2 left. Oh, getting crooked here. Alright, 5 down. Move those out of the way. 5 down. That means 5 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, my second shot of the 9th frame. Oh, I got not 4 more. But I still left 1, so I have 1 jumping jack. Frame back, I have 1 more jumping jack. Now we're in the 10th frame. So this is the big one. Gotta get a strike here. Oh, gutter ball. That wasn't very good. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Oh, and 6 more. Hopefully you had some fun with our bowling game. If you want to change it up or if you want to challenge yourself a little more, don't worry about the score, so you can go a little faster. You'll do jumping jacks a little bit quicker, a little bit sooner, and you'll get a little bit more of a workout. Another option you can do is, instead of bowling with your hands, you bowl with your feet. So you would place the ball on the mat. You would have 2 kicks of the ball towards the cone. So we're going to do a couple frames of those without really worrying about the score, just to show you an example if you want to mix it up. And we'll see how we do with that as well. So since the camera is here, I am right-footed, but I'm going to go ahead and try a left-footed game of bowling, or at least a couple frames of it, to show you an example. So once again, place the ball on your mat, and we'll give it a try. Wish me luck. Oh, I didn't get any. So I would run down, do my 10 jumping jacks. Whoops, can't really see today, so I'll do them here. 1, 2. You can see my feet. We're just going to do crossover steps. We'll do 10 crossover steps. Let's see, I have jumping jacks this time. All right, 10 of those. Wish me luck. Let's see if I can do a right-footed one. Straight thing. Oh, not the best with my feet. So I'm going to set myself up, because that was my 2 tries for that frame. But I have to do 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, you guys ready? Let's try and get luckier this time. All right. Slide in there with my fancy shoes. I was able to get down 6, so I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again. See if I can get a spare. Oh, and I missed. All right, so I would still have 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so whichever way you decide to play, have some fun with it, do your best, and once again, and most importantly, stay active. Great job today, and I'll see you tomorrow for our next session of videos with Staying Active with Coach Taylor. See you later.